Are you guys looking for some of the most incredible lighting setups that you can get today? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking to Ted from Aputure, and we're going to bring all of their new information to you coming up. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today, guys. My name's Timothy, and I really wanted to make a point to come by the Aputure booth this week because they have been so supportive of the channel from the very beginning. All the lighting that you have seen on my channel exclusively is from Aputure, and so I'm just so excited to be here to finally meet Ted and to give you guys an insight into their vision and their passion for especially like small creators like myself, and like how you guys support it has just been so good. So first of all, thank you.
Dude, thank you, dude. Anyone watching this channel knows Timothy makes amazing content, and he deserves, honestly, the world and more.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So I just want to give you a chance to tell us about what all you've got coming. It's always an amazing thing, you know, that when you guys drop new stuff, we're all super excited. So tell us about some of the stuff you want to feature.
You got it, man. So yeah, we are a indie filmmaking company made by indie filmmakers for indie filmmakers. We all know what it feels like to have this amazing vision that you want to make and maybe not have the gear and feel like you're limited in your choices. So the idea was, let's make a gear company for indie creators, not just studios. We've reached the point now that studios are actually using our gear, which is exciting and extremely flattering and awesome. But at the end of the day, we're still here for the indie guys, for the YouTubers, for the digital creators, for the local business owner, wedding people, indie filmmakers, the small 1-ton, 3-ton grip trucks. That's the high end. Yeah. So today we got a couple exciting updates coming out, so let's just roll right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
This right here is our Spotlight Mount. So basically, for all of you guys out there that don't know, on a lot of high-end sets, the Lico or the Source 4 or the Joe Lico, a lot of these are popular lights. And basically what they let you do is they let you project your light and be able to shape and focus it in with extreme precision. So this right here is an actual Spotlight Mount. What this will do is this will give you all that functionality and actually put it on a Bowens mount. So I can actually snap this light onto any of my 120 or 300D lights. And all I got to do if I want to modify this is snap it, and I can put it forward. And now what you can see, if you look up there with me, Timothy, you can see I can make boxes of light now. And I can actually focus this light, and I can pull it in and out of focus, and I get total control now in one place. In addition to that, if I want to put shapes in there, if I want to put things like a gobo or window blinds, or I don't know, maybe happy birthday Timothy, if I want to put that in there, all I got to do is slip this in here, little gobo attachment. If I don't have a cookie, all I have to do now is slip this in here, and you can see immediately, instantaneously, up there, I now have the actual shape there. And now I'm projecting all of the light there, and I can do any shape what I want. So if you see movies like La La Land, they use a lot of this kind of lighting, and the idea is now indie filmmakers now have the same capability. They can now shape their light in the same way with extreme precision.
That's such a game changer. That is incredible that you get all of that in such a small package right there. Absolutely. What versatility that you made it as an add-on. We don't have to buy everything all over again.
Modular system. Buy one light once and be able to actually build upon it, shape it however you want it. That was the dream for the 120D, because if you look at a lot of these film sets, you got one light for this, one light for this, one light for this. Why not try to have one light that just modifies? Yeah. It's all lighting at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Awesome. What else can we talk about?
This right here is the Spotlight's coming out. It's going to be about $499, Bowens mount, interchangeable lenses, 16, 19, 26, and 36. So you can choose how wide or narrow you want it. Yeah. Moving on from there.
Are these out right now?
These will be out, and we think in the next 4 to 6 weeks, so really, really soon.
So stay tuned, and when they drop them, I'll have links in the description for you to check them out.
Hey, sounds good.
All right, so we're here at our next light. This one's an exclusive thing. It's just dropping. Tell us about it.
This came out today. This is the first 30 minutes of NAB, so really nobody has seen this up until now. 300D Mark II. Super, super exciting. All the improvements. We added a Ferrari red trim here, and that's it.
That's all it was needed, really. Like, it was already the perfect, right?
It was already a perfect light. No, we took all the feedback that we heard online, everything that we could incorporate into here, built it into this light, and basically the new idea here is, off the bat, 20% brighter than the 300D. I don't like doing equivalences here, but if you want an equivalence between something else, it's about equivalent to a 575 watt HMI, so extremely, extremely bright.
Or just like look at the sun and then imagine it being brighter, basically.
They're pretty close. 575 watt HMI, single source LED, cool to the touch, Bowens mount, so I can modify this into a softbox, I can do a lantern, I can do really anything I want here. 7.5 meter long cable, XLR in between the actual light and the controller box. So that means that I now have far more distance. I can leave this onto the floor, put it onto a menace arm, rig it out, no problem.
So good. So good.
3 different ways of mounting this controller box. But first, let's look at the controller box. No more ballast with a fan. No fan, period.
Oh, dude.
Totally.
That's so fantastic, guys. Like, to get quiet audio, especially in small studios like what I do, you don't want these big fan noises because we're trying to get really clean, crisp audio for you guys. So this is massive.
This is huge, and I think it's a big note that a lot of people asked us for. Yes, quiet audio. Your fan is no longer going to make any noise. Totally dead silent. 3 ways to mount it. 1, I can actually set it onto the floor. It's got little feet here that we thought of and, of course, designed. 2, I can actually snap this onto a clamp, so you can see right here. This super clamp is actually going to ship with the light. Bang. I can now clip this onto any C-stand arm, any menace arm, anything like that. Or 3, I now have this paracord here on the top. So this paracord is actually weighted. This is parachute cable. This cable can actually hold about 1,500 pounds, no problem.
Yeah, so if you need to do some quick pull-ups or something, or an emergency or something, you've got that. Yeah.
Rock climbing and you need a lead cable, you should be fine.
Yeah. I think what's really cool to me too is that you've included all of these extra options, right? Because a lot of companies are going to make you pay for each individual option for mounting, and Aputure's not about that. They just want to put it all in the box, and I love that.
I think it's because a lot of the companies were originally making gear for studios, so it's like, oh, well, for each little piece, the studio can pay for it. Yeah. For the indie owner-operator, you've got to be versatile. You've got to be run and gun. You've got to be able to be fluid and move with whatever shoot you need. So we know that. So that's why we try to provide all the accessories, the cases, the kits, everything you need to build into one case.
Yeah. Love it. Great.
Built into here as well, we've also got effects lighting in here. So I've got everything from pulsing to strobes to explosions to welding lights. This will now animate and do all of that as well. 2 V-mount batteries or gold mount batteries snap onto the sides. This is actually smaller than the previous controller box because we put the batteries on alternate sides. Yeah. So even
that's fantastic.
Before. And this is a silly thing, but 5-pin DMX on the top here. The actual antennas don't stick out anymore, so you don't have to worry about them breaking or anything like that. And take a look at that. Wi-Fi, phone control.
Are you serious?
Yes, this is going to be controllable via your cell phone as well upon release. And again, small details here, but release date we're thinking is going to be out in the next 2 months. Price we think is going to be about $1,200, so super.
$1,200, guys. That is insane value for this kind of light. That's amazing.
It's about a quarter of the price of we think what the HMI equivalent would be. So really excited about that.
Another win for Aputure, guys.
Excited?
Yeah.
And then finally on the bottom here, this is a small thing to be excited about, but I'm excited about it anyways. Cases. These right here are not just soft shell cases. These actually have hard plating inside of them. So if I wanted to, this is an empty case. Timothy, take a seat.
Wow, that's impressive.
An empty case, you can now sit on it, not a problem. I can put it either anywhere I want, really. I can do Los Angeles, Chicago. And then on the bottom here, this right here is actually knife-proofing material. So we actually tried taking a knife and going at it. This will not tear no matter what. So really trying to make it as robust and intense as we can, trying to make this possible for indie filmmakers. Rugged, we know you guys throw around your gear, trying to make something that'll last with you guys.
I think it's fantastic too. I'm just thinking of like how long we're on our feet on a shoot, you know, and you're like, I can just use my case and sit down real quick.
Apple box, totally.
Yeah.
In fact, I
do interviews, right, Chuck?
Absolutely, we could just talk sitting on 2 cases like this. It'd be no problem whatsoever.
Love it, great. Yeah. What's up? What else we got?
All right, moving on. Let's just walk right here, actually. Yeah. Moving right along, this right here is the new Aputure Lantern. Basically, a very traditional design here, but the idea too is that we're going to be able to make it and be able to provide it affordably for you guys as well. So this right here, standard size globe lantern, about 24 inches across. What we've also done is we've added this skirt here that goes along the edges. We've got 2 different types of fabric too, so a half and a full. And then the skirt here is actually built so you can shape your light. Double-sided Velcro, so all I have to do is I can just roll it up onto itself. Yeah. I don't need pins or anything. We're trying to think as innovatively as possible with this stuff. So if I want to skirt it down and I want to have, say, just a spotlight coming down, I can do that just by lowering all the skirts. Or if I want to raise them up, this is a perfectly kind of globe-sized light. So basically, for those round table scenes, just hang one in the middle there, light everybody immediately.
I was literally doing a shoot like last week, and we were trying to focus lights on different faces and get it all perfect, and the softness of this is phenomenal. It reminds me just as much of the light dome, which I use at every single shoot. So
imagine this as a 360 light dome that can be used to light more than just one direction. So if you've got 2 people sitting there doing an interview, you can just hang one right beneath them. Both of them get a beautiful soft light, and it looks natural because it's coming from one source.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Like it's just amazing.
So this comes out, we think, in the next month. It's going to be about $99, so super affordable. Again, trying to do everything we can to keep the prices down.
That's fantastic. This will definitely be a part of my kit for sure.
Absolutely. Moving on.
Okay, we got more to go here. Let's go.
The last one.
All right. All right, one last thing here from Ted at the Aputure booth. Tell me about this amazing light that we see behind us.
Absolutely. So we have a couple secret releases, by the way, so we can't show those yet, but this is some stuff that we can show right now. A lot of people have been asking Aputure for RGB, right? We're trying to get all the details right. We want this to be like the perfect RGB light for indie filmmakers. It's taking some time. A couple differences that you've seen from the last model, just a progress update. Ballast is now built in, but look at how sleek and small we've been able to make it. We've actually found a way to build the ballast in without making it any larger. So the ballast actually now sits inside of the actual light. TLCI and CRI 96, 97, incredibly, incredibly good color. 300 plus gels, both from Lee and Roscoe, built into here. So I've got my Roscoe set here. I can go through and actually change between R or L, Roscoe or Lee. Entire line's built into there. I can change all my lights from a source point, CCT. I can go all the way down to a low 2800, or I can go all the way up to, of course, as natural for a lot of these lights, we can get all the way up to 10,000 Kelvin. So a huge amount of color change here. This is about the equivalent brightness of a 1.2K tungsten soft light. Incredibly bright, incredibly bright. Right now the competition is sitting at approximately $4,000 to $5,000. We're planning on pricing this at, we think, about $1,600. Wow. Incredibly, incredibly affordable. We want this to be a light for indie filmmakers. I don't care about the studios. If they're interested, great. But for the indie owner-operators out there, you guys need RGB. You guys need it to be robust and hard weight. This is a full aircraft aluminum build. You can feel this thing. This is the heaviest Aputure light we've ever made.
Solid, guys. Super solid.
It's super solid. Another update that we can show today for the first time is we've now got LCDs, so light control devices. These are very, very popular in the kind of high-end industry. So soft boxes that can just be slipped right into your light. I can change everything from the actual diffusion here, half grid or full grid. I have egg crates, barn doors. All that can now be totally modular and snapped in as well. And then, of course, the thing that everybody wants to see, I can also control this via HSI mode. HSI mode means, for instance, if I want to be able to turn on, let's see, HSI, I can now change my hue and my saturation. You can see the light in the background is now changing. I'll turn it towards me a little bit because this is, I think, the thing that most people want to see. A lot of color changes here. I can change my saturation, bring it up and down, go for a pinker light if I want to do that as well. And then in the gel mode and the FX mode, super simple. I can turn on everything from a candle light to, say, let's say, cop cars, fire, explosions, faulty bulb, pulsing, wedding, cop cars. I can say my cop car, red and blue. No, I don't want it to be red and blue. I want blue and white. We'll make blue and white instead. Or I want, let's say, red, blue, and white. All of the options are now built into here, totally customizable with firmware updatable light effects too.
That's insane. Literally like one single piece of kit that you need to get all the kind of lighting effects that you're looking for in your short films, your docs, anything like that.
This is the end-all, be-all, all color that you want. And of course, one of the things that we're releasing with this light too is the color picker. So you're actually going to be able to look and say, hey, I like that yellow, and have my color automatically match. Wow. Or I can actually scan things around me, or I can say, oh, this blue looks really nice. Scan it, I can send it to my friend. My friend in London that's filming can use the exact same blue in all of his shoots as well.
That's incredible. That is such a game changer.
Digital as well. You guys will see some updates coming out about that in the future. Can't show them right now, but hang tight about the color picker stuff as well.
Yeah, love it. So thank you so much, Ted, for taking so much time today with us at NAB. No, we're so excited to support you guys. Links in the description below if you want to check out any of these lights, and you definitely should. And stay tuned here on the channel for more coverage of NAB 2019. We'll see you in the next video.
Thanks so much for watching.